Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John, and this is Timberborn. Okay, we're still right at the start of this latest bad tide. We've got 8.5 days to cope with. We should be fine. Honestly, we've got plenty of food, plenty of water. We still have this reservoir here that we can take water from, but we have a fair amount of stored water. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause all of our water pumps for the moment, because I want to empty some of these, I want to empty some of these water tanks so we can replace them with their larger variants. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. There we go. So empty all of those and we'll get some larger water tanks in to replace them. Okay, this one is half full, so in theory we should be able to take some of the water out of these and dump it straight in there. Over here, I have had a change of heart. Partly helped by somebody's comment. I can't remember who off the top of my head, but I will put their name in a caption. I much prefer having platforms across the front here, rather than just steps up to each individual one. Because then we can put in stuff along the bottom here, which I am doing. I am putting in a small warehouse down here to store berries. And over here I'm putting in a platform with a medical bed beneath it. Once this is all built, I'll take these steps out and put in platforms as well. So they just come along here, up, and into them there. That's the idea anyway. Okay, over here, obviously we talked about filling this, using this as aquatic farming, which we will do. I mentioned maybe putting the water dump on there, but as I think it was Jenny Swenson pointed out, I have a perfect place right here. So yeah, and that's not, we don't then have to worry about it overfilling, because it only needs to be one tile deep, and we only want it one tile deep. So yeah, putting the water dump, or the fluid dump, down here is a much more sensible way of doing it. Currently at the moment we only have one unemployed beaver, so we're not going to be doing it just yet. We have 3 spaces available, 16 children, so it's not going to be too long before we start getting some more workers in. So what I'm going to do for the moment, I think, yeah, I'm going to demolish the lumber mill and power wheel down here, and I'm going to pop in a lumber mill just there. And then we'll bring a path along here and we can put other stuff on this side here. That's my plan. I will also just join those paths up there to cut down on the distance. There is one other thing I want to do, but for the moment, maybe, yes, I'm going to unlock a builder's hut, and I'm going to put the builder's hut, where am I going to put the builder's hut? Let's pop the builder's hut in there. 100 science, that's fine. What do I need to build that? Just logs and planks, we should be fine. Okay, right, I will spin on for a day or two. We'll get all this built up. I'll start demolishing these water tanks and replacing them with larger ones, and then I'll be back. Okay, that's 6 days left of the drought, so we're sort of 3 days in. I have replaced those steps there with platforms, so we now have full access. We only have 2 spare beds, but 13 children. Over here, no, not over there. Where are we? There we are. Our builder's hut is in, and we have builders sitting in there doing nothing. Our lumber mill is in up here. I've put in some additional plank storage just there. Yeah, I've turned on one of these pumps. We have our second water tank in there. So let's pop in number 3. That shouldn't take long to make. We have the gears for it, so that's all good. Now, what I want to do is I want to create a larger reservoir. We have all this deep water, deep space down here, which I think is a perfect place to start. So, okay, honestly, I think we should come out this way and continue the path along. And we'll put in our barrier across here. So, we will have 1 line of levees, 2 lines of levees, and then do I want floodgates or do I just want dams? Dams is fine, honestly. Dams is fine. What I'll probably end up doing, or what I might end up doing, is deleting that and replacing it here. Because we do want to think about using this as a runoff, possibly for bad water. The other alternative is just have a floodgate up here and use this to fertilise all of this area. Just put a dam down the end here and floodgate at the top and just let water through. And keep that as a sort of stagnant pool, basically. Yeah, we'll start with just having this levee and dam arrangement up here. That will be fine. Okay, how are we doing? We have no spare workers. 13 children. Really was hoping that some of these would grow up a bit more quickly than that, but never mind. Yeah, I'm going to put in this fluid dump, I think. Where are we? Fluid dump. There we go. 250 science. Yeah, we have plenty. Yeah, let's pop that in there. And we will give it a path. There we go. Okay. I'll spin on until that's done. I may have to put in some more housing, but I shouldn't. I mean, I shouldn't need to. Oh, we just had another beaver grow up. Oh, another 2 beavers. Excellent. That's good. Oh, 3 beavers. That keeps flashing homeless. Could just be because they're growing up and moving around. That hopefully will be okay. But now we have 5 beavers grown up. Excellent. Well, that's all good then. This can get set up. I will turn on this second water pump, I think. Yeah, we're still close to 1,000 water, so that's okay. Right. I'll spin on again. There we go. That is the end of the bad tide. We ended with 650 water, 1.7 thousand food. So food-wise, we're fine. Obviously, we've gone through a bit of water because we're filling this up, which has taken quite a lot and isn't even finished the filling in the corners there yet. Everything else down here, we've not finished this levee arrangement, but we're not far off, so it shouldn't take us too long to finish that last bit there. We do still have plenty of resources to do it, so that's fine. I will set this down to 0.5 in preparation, and it looks like we're nearly good to go. Yeah, why not? We'll drop these down, and we'll pull those up. There we go. That'll flood a little bit as it changes direction, but that's fine. Okay. What I am going to do is I'm going to turn on a couple more of these just to fill up the storage that we have, because we've got 3 large tanks over here. I've taken out the next 2 lots of small tanks, so we'll concentrate on filling these up first. Okay, yeah, but that's basically where we are. So, over here, we do really need this to hurry up and fill. Let's stick another water tank in there, shall we? And we will set this to obtain. There we go. Right, the water has started to flow through here. That's good. That's filled up and we don't have a lot of flooding. Brilliant stuff. Okay. Okay. That's good. Right. Now, I think I'm going to have to spin on for a day or two Yeah, I need to get this filled up. Before I concentrate on anything else, I want to get this filled up. But spinning on a day or two means we'll probably end up getting the next warning fairly soon. So, yes, that's what I'm going to do. But first, I think it's probably worth sticking another wheel on there. We'll stick a platform in there to take the power. We'll put a cross on there and we'll set that to join up. We'll leave a gap so they can actually get in there and build that. Over here, yes, somebody mentioned that I should have just been able to connect up straight from there. I should have been, but I only put a T-junction on that power wheel there. Same as that one there. So, yeah. For some reason, I wanted the power coming out in one line rather than in multiple points, and I don't know why I did that. But I did, and it's fine now. So, yes, that's what's going on there. Right. Okay, we're actually building up a little bit of water in there. That's good. We can now start putting in water pumps down here to give us a little bit of extra water during the drought. That's excellent stuff. Right. I'll spin on until this little bit of building work is complete, and hopefully by then we'll have enough water down here that we can start putting in this aquatic farming. Okay, start of day 3. No drought or bad tide warning as yet, so that's good. We only have 1 spare bed available. We have 3 unemployed. We have all of these water pumps operating because we're trying to fill up our storage. Yeah, well, we're getting there. This is in. This is now filled all the way to the corners. Not sure we'll actually be able to plant anything yet, but we'll have a look. Let's have a look. What have we got? Cattails and Spadadoc. Let's have... I assume that this can reach all of this. It can. We might need to put in a second one, but we'll think about that when the time comes. So let's have... Over here... We'll stick in a bunch of cattail. And over here, we'll stick in a bunch of Spadadoc. There we go. I've left this free here, partly because we've got the water dump here, but partly because if we're going to put in another aquatic farmhouse, it would make sense to clear out these bits of these 2 tiles here, if I come down and have a look, and sit that in next to it. But then we're obviously going to need to extend the platform, so having the steps down in there would be a good idea. That's what I'm thinking there. So, let's turn you on. We have the beavers at the moment. I'm putting in a campfire down here for a bit of leisure down this area. And I'm going to put in another double lodge just there. And we'll bring the platforms across. Like so. There we go. Somebody did say that they don't apparently use housing near where their workplace is, so that's, you know, a thing. But we'll use this as our central housing area when we move, or when we set up a second district over here. That'll be the sensible thing. Okay, so cattail is going in. We are going to want storage for this, aren't we? Yeah, kind of made a mistake there, didn't I? Oh, well, never mind. Let's think about this. Where should we put storage? I suppose putting storage in over here is not a bad idea, is it? Let's do that. Okay. So we want, for the moment, 2 storage places there. One of those is going to be for cattail roots. One of them is going to be for Spadadoc. And then we need to grill Spadadoc and turn the cattail roots into flour, which we can then bake into bread. But we'll wait a little while until we set all that up. Okay, over here our new wheel is in, so let's add in the final bit of power there. We could put the grist mill up here, couldn't we? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Right. I will spin on. As I say, I'm expecting the drought warning any day now, because that seems to be the pattern. So, I will spin on until the morning. We'll see how we get on overnight. We've only got... in fact, I think that is the only bit of building we've now got to do, is this power shaft here. Oh, and the platform's there. Okay. Okay, I'll spin on till morning then. Okay, day 4 and we didn't get a warning. That's nice. I'm quite happy with that. Right. How are we doing then? We are running a little bit low on logs, I will say. 357 is a little bit lower than we have been. We don't have a lot to cut down. We have a few chestnuts over there, a couple of pine. Yeah, it might be worth putting in some more trees, shouldn't it? Yeah, okay, right. What have we got over here? We've got oaks down here. Let's, at the very least, fill in that section there with some oak. And then we can probably... get rid of those. That still leaves us plenty of berry bushes, but we're not really using them at the moment. Let's actually turn that on for a minute and just top our stocks up. Obviously, berries are the last thing they'll eat. If there's anything else available, they'll eat that instead. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about that. Right. Alright, yeah, planting's going on over here. I really... I'm not convinced that this is going to be enough. I think we probably want to put another one in. Another water dump. Just to help bring the level up a bit more quickly. Because otherwise it's just going to evaporate during a long drought, isn't it? Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's put in another one there. Just to help sort of bring this level up. We'll shut it off as soon as this is at a level that I feel a bit more comfortable with. Okay. Yeah, what next? I mean, it would be worth setting up a grist mill. But honestly, it's going to be a little while before we've got a crop of cattails in. And certainly a little bit of time before we've got enough to make flour and bread. So, yeah, we'll leave that for the moment. We'll clear this out. We'll put some more trees in over here. And we probably want to start looking at pumping bad water and storing that. Yeah. Okay, let's unlock ourselves a bad water pump. We'll put that down there, past the water wheels. We'll bring a path all the way along like so. And we're going to want some storage as well. Yeah, which I guess I can put there, can't I? There we go. And you can store water of the bad type. There we are. Okay. Now, almost certainly going to get the drought warning in the next day or so. So I will spin on until that happens. Okay, day 6, and we have a drought warning. That's not too bad. There's probably going to be a long drought, obviously. But, yeah. 3 days to prepare for that. We should be all right. We have ourselves a bunch of water pumps going. We have plenty of food. We have our reservoirs, so they should keep this fertilised for most of the drought. Obviously, it's going to depend on how much we take out. And on that, I'm going to pop in a couple of... how far down do these reach? Only 2. Right, I'm going to... No, I'm going to stick with standard water pumps, I think. And I'm going to put in a couple along here. Like so. Oops, I didn't mean to pause it then. We are filling up here a little bit. That's not too bad. I'm going to turn this one off as soon as the drought hits. What I have noticed, because I didn't notice before, because I'm, you know, not very observant, is that this requires metal blocks to build. So, over here, I've put in a storage, and I've put in some steps down so we can start collecting scrap metal. There we are. Scavenger flag. We'll pop that right there. 250 science. We still have 1.4 thousand. That's fine. Okay, we will then want a smelter, which requires 200 horsepower. Over here, we are currently getting 374, and we're using 170. So we have just under 200 spare on that little wheel section there. So that's okay. I mean, in theory, we could put in some levees along here, couldn't we? And see if that will speed up that flow. Yeah, not just yet, though. But we are going to want to put in a smelter over here sooner rather than later. But let's make sure we've got ourselves a little bit of scrap metal built up before we do that. We'll probably want to look at that. I mean, depending on how long the drought is, we'll probably want to look at that after the drought. Okay, so we've got these two in over here. We have two empty workspaces. So let's close down these 4 water pumps, because that will give us a couple of spare beavers. We have 6 children, so we're not running short at the moment. Food-wise, food is still being collected. What's wrong with you? You're full of grilled potatoes, are you? Okay. We should probably do something about that. Do I want to build up or do I want to build along? Let's build along. Let's build along. Like so. And where's the path? There's the path. Bring the path up there. Right, you can store more grilled potatoes and you can store... let's store some more carrots since we've got a lot of those being grown. Okay. Right, this land is cleared over here, so let's put in some more trees over here. Nope, not cutting. Planting. Let's have some maple, shall we? There we go. And I might... I think that requires a tapper's shack, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Nope, we don't have a tapper's shack. Yes, we do. It's in there. Okay, so we might set up one of those eventually as well. And start putting some maple syrup in. We do have a lot more space over here that we can use for additional farming and planting. So it might be worth setting up a massive stand of chestnuts and maple. And just having gatherers and tappers shacks around here to harvest it. That's not a terrible idea. Okay then, right, let's spin on until the start of the drought and we'll see how bad it's going to be. There we go, 11 days. Okay, we should be okay. That shouldn't be too much of a problem, in theory. Right, let's shut down 3 of these. We've got 1,700 water in storage. I put an additional water tank over here. And I've put in another one over here. I've also unlocked, if we can get in, whoops, the little contemplation spot. It's the version of the shrine. So I've put in a couple here in between the haulers and this water tank here. And I've put in another... This one would have been easy to see, wouldn't it? Look, there we are. Having a bit of contemplation. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, so I'll put in another one down here as well. We only have 1 housing spot available. We have 6 available beavers at the moment. I've already paused this water dump here, this fluid dump here. I'm keeping this one going to keep this topped up. We'll see how rapidly that drains, or whether or not we manage to keep a sort of stable amount of water in there over the drought with just the one fluid dump. We should be able to. We have plenty of water in the reservoir. We should be fine. There's a lot of should, obviously, but yeah, we should be fine. Okay. Now, how are we doing over here? We've got a little bit of scrap metal starting to be collected in. Not a huge amount. Might as well, I guess, start working on the smelter. Yep, go in there like so. It's going to take a little while because we need 30 scrap metal. We currently only have 20, but certainly by the end of the drought we should have that constructed and maybe even producing metal blocks, which would be nice. I'm going to turn off 2 of these as well, because we don't want to take the water out of here too quickly. Obviously we need the deep water pumps to be able to get down to the bottom layer of this. But for the moment we're okay. And obviously we're going to need to replace these with deep water ones once we've taken out this stretch with some dynamite. Yeah, that's the long-term plan. Anyway, let's see if we get through the drought first. Okay, start of day 12. We have had 3 full days of the drought, so this is day number 4. Still got 1.6 thousand water, over 2,000 food. We're doing fine there. Obviously, we're not producing gears at the moment because the bad water has ceased flowing. So we're not getting any power through here, so our gear workshop isn't operating. So we're now waiting for gears for this. That's fine. We're not in any hurry for that. I've switched off all but one of these water pumps, all but one of these, just to sort of keep as much water as possible. Over here, it does look like this is kind of maintaining its depth with the single water dump active. We might be increasing a little bit, but it's minuscule. It's imperceptible how much it's increasing, so it looks like that's basically holding the evaporation at bay more than anything else. I've put in a grill over here set up to take Spadadoc when it produces. We're a few days off our first crop, yeah. Probably about 4 days off our first crop there. But otherwise we're doing fine. I've put in a set of platforms up here so we can get access to a higher level on these ones. So we can put in some grilled Spadadoc storage over here. Yeah, that's basically all I've done, really. I was thinking about how we're going to put in some decoration over here, and it's not going to be easy. Because we've put the stairs in, we haven't really left ourselves any room. So we're going to have roofs on top of these lodges, I think. Unless I just want to replace the whole lot with larger ones, which it's a possibility, but it's, you know, it's a lot of resources. But it wouldn't be necessarily a terrible idea, put it that way. Over here I've put in a path across here, and I was thinking about coming up to the top here and putting in some windmills, because that would give us a bit of additional power. Obviously not, you know, stable or predictable power, but it would give us a little bit of power to add to this grid here. So let's set that up. Let's bring in some steps up like so, and we'll connect it all with a path, and then power-wise, might as well bring it straight out here. Do I want to put in levees along here? I don't know. I don't know that I do. That might cause flooding problems, and that could be, you know, disastrous. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put in a platform there to bring the power over. I mean, we could put in... Yeah. All right, let's do that. Let's put in that. I mean, it's going to take until the end of the drought before we can build it, but that will give us a little bit of space across there. That's good. We don't need to worry about laying in power connectors all the way along. We're also going to want to unlock the high power shaft. Obviously, we can't build this yet either because we still don't have gears. But you're going to want to go in there, and we're going to want another one in line there, and we'll put in a platform there with another one there. That brings the power up to the top there. That's fine. And again, we can also put industrial buildings up here to use some of this power as well. Right, let's let them get on with that, shall we? And let's spin on for a few more days and see how we do. Okay, day 15, we've got the initial part of the power structure laid in, so let's start thinking about these windmills then. So, can't afford to get the large windmills. They require cloth, which we don't have. But we can get the little ones in, that's just planks and logs, which we have. So, let's have... Yes, please. Let's start with 5 along there, shall we? And we'll just connect them up with straight power shafts. And then when they're all connected, we can connect that up there with the power shaft as well. Okay. Obviously, all of this building work is going to have to wait until after the drought because we need gears for all of it. We need metal blocks for that. We need 10 gears for that. We need 20 gears for that, and we need 1 gear for each of these. But other than that, we should be fine. In terms of water, how are we doing down here? Not too bad. We've still got a fair amount of water to go before these water pumps are useless. So that's not too bad. We've got plenty of water in here that we're not doing anything with. We do have plenty of storage, right. Let's get another one in there, and another one in there. Over here, as you can see, this still isn't noticeably filling, but it isn't noticeably draining either. So yeah, I think we are basically just counteracting the evaporation at this point, which is presumably why it took so long to fill up in the first place. But we're getting plenty of cattails in now. So that's good. So we'll have plenty to turn into flour once this is set up. Yeah, I guess at this point I'll just spin on until the end of the drought. There we go, end of the drought. And we did fine. Absolutely fine. Well, I say we did fine. This is literally just dried up here. And at the end of the day yesterday, we literally got to the end of what these water pumps were able to draw. I have turned this one off for the last sort of 2 days of the drought. So our water level has dropped a little bit there. Obviously, now that the drought has returned, the water has returned, we can reset those. We can turn... let's turn just the one of these back on for now, I think. See how we do. I'm in the process of clearing out these carrots that we had growing here, and I'm going to replace those with potatoes, because I think potatoes are more useful. We're absolutely full of carrots. Potatoes we could do with a bit more of, I think. Although, maybe planting wheat would be a good idea, or sunflowers. Don't know. Maybe we'll think about that. Obviously, it's going to take a little while to clear all of this. Hopefully, the water will return reasonably quickly as well. Yeah. Okay. That's all that. Right, now, once the bad tide returns, the bad water returns, rather, which is... Yeah. hopefully not going to be too long. We'll start producing gears again, which means all of this stuff will then be constructed. Our windmills are in. Currently, they're not producing any power at all because there's no wind, obviously. But that's going to be an extra sort of, I don't know, 400 power on average coming through that grid. So we can look forward to that. Right, let's spin on for a little while. Let's get the water back. We'll turn these, a couple of these water pumps back on. There we go. Yeah, so we're getting the spadadock in as well. Set up some storage there for grilled spadadock. Okay, yeah, I'll spin on for probably until the morning, and we'll see how everything is. Okay, there we go. Day 2 has started. Right. The bad water's returned. We're getting some power through here. We're going to start producing gears any minute now, honestly. Any moment there's going to be gears being produced. We're going to be able to start building all these other structures, and everything's going to be great, really. Any minute now. Yeah. But that is going to happen. Right, we've cleared this area here. I am going to... What am I going to do? I'm going to put in sunflowers. Yeah, I'm going to do that because we don't need wheat at the moment because we're going to be making flour from cattails. So we can at least make cattail crackers once we do that. And then we can think about maybe spreading out and making, planting up wheat and making bread from that. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. But first, I want to get at least this smelter in so we can start making some metal blocks. Okay, day 4 has started. We have all the parts we need for our smelter. We're just waiting for a builder. So they'll be along any second now. Wow, they actually were. I'm surprised. Who are you? Subumroz. Well done, Subumroz. Okay, our smelter is in. We can now start producing metal blocks. I've put in some storage down here for metal blocks, but obviously the first 5 are going to come straight over here. We're also waiting for gears for all of this stuff here. So that's going to take a little while longer, but we will leave it there for this episode. We've done remarkably well, I think. Let's turn all of these on. There we go. So we can actually sort of fill up our storage again. Because that would be quite useful. Because we don't have a huge amount in storage. Well, 1.4 thousand is not enough, quite frankly. We need more than that. Okay, but we are going to leave it there for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please let me know down below in the comments what you think. Advice and suggestions always gratefully received. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. And join us next time. Until then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye-bye.